Okay, are you ready to rank these exotics?
Again? Yes.
Yeah, well. Ace of Spades, I think B
You
tier.
know, B tier.
If it's
Solid.
just PvP, S tier. But in PvE, I mean, it's really good, but I don't know, it's just kind of.
I feel like this is almost just in the realm of easy content.
Yeah.
But everyone's always like ranking them. Oh, they're so good in PvE. I don't want to make a tier list for both of them because that would just be wrong. That'd be too hard. We're innovating.
Innovation right here. Ace of Spades, willing to say it, B tier overall. Like, it has so many perks on it.
Solid B.
Solid B. And a
If
lot of
you were
that
to
comes down
talk
to
to
it being
me,
an exotic primary, but S tier PvP, PvE, I'm gonna have to say it's. I mean, it would equal out to probably an A tier, but when's the last time you ever used Ace of Spades in PvE? When's the last time you felt
like
like you wanted it?
religiously,
When's the last time you ever
like just
wanted to use it? Like, it's a fun exotic to use, but like,
when, probably before September 17th, 2017.
true, true. Ace of Spades and D1
If you would
was
have talked to
fun. It
me
wasn't good. It was fun.
back whenever I started playing D1, I would have said it's the only gun I used because it was the only gun I used
Yeah.
for a while. And
Like,
then
on paper,
I
it's really
saw the
good, though.
light and started playing Warlock, and then Talalok exists.
True, Talalok's so good. But Ace of Spades, in PvE, it has kill clip, which is great. But if you swap
It has
weapons, you don't
flip.
have it anymore. It has
Oh
momentum
yeah,
Mori.
Momentum more.
Firefly is good.
Firefly's just there
Yeah,
because they didn't want to put Firefly back in the game.
yeah. The catalyst is bigger, more damaging Firefly with momentum Mori active, right?
Yes,
And I think you
it
get
adds like
radar aiming down
little
sights, which in
fire.
PvE really isn't that
Yeah,
helpful because a lot of higher
that's
end
only
content just
helpful
has
if
blackout anyways. So
the seasonal mods is like maybe unstoppable hand cannon or fucking overload hand cannon.
yeah, but there's better hand cannons for handling champions.
There is, but sometimes you wanna be different. You wanna say you're different than the other girls.
Yeah, it's definitely not F tier or D tier or even C tier, but I think B
It
tier
is
at
solid B.
is solid B. And it's not like it's the only usable hand cannon PvP either. There's a lot of legendary hand cannons that are also really good.
Let's see, Ias Luna Headstone, but that's also leads back to the it has to be stasis to be taken advantage of a perk,
Yeah, but I mean,
which
Ice
I'm
Luna
not a
has
big
other
fan of.
perks that are really good.
Speaking of Ias Luna, off topic of the tier list, I have a heating up snapshot, and I'm pretty happy about
That's
that.
pretty good.
I haven't been able to get anything better.
Yeah, Pally's also really good. Another thing about Ace of Spades, it's in the kinetic slot, which
There's
the,
a lot better kinetics for PvE, like Witherward.
yeah, and in PvP, there's elemental hand cannons like Palindrome that are really good.
Yep,
And
140s with more range and
what's the good 120? The Trials one, I can't remember its name.
Igneous Hammer.
Igneous Hammer, the only good 120 in the game left, I think. It's one of
Bottom
them.
Dollar exists.
Yeah, bottom dollar's fine, but that's just because it rolls so many perks, but no one wants to grind it.
Yeah, because
So
Gambit.
it's just kind of what special you want to run. If you want to run a kinetic special, you can't use Ace of Spades. So if you're running Chaperone, Palindrome's great to pair with it. Can't run Chaperone and Ace of Spades for many reasons, but you know.
Also, this is not a PvP tier list.
That's true, that's true. I just wanted to, you know, say other things that might not make it A tier, because it is definitely an S tier in
Fair.
PvP by
It
itself.
takes up an exotic slot,
Yeah.
and it's just mid.
Much like everything on this tier list, it takes up an exotic slot.
Correct. Yeah, much. I think you mean like all things on this.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
You snuck in a fucking.
Thanks for coming to my TED
Fatebringer
talk here.
Yeah,
I just snuck in some pinnacle weapons in here. Don't worry about it. Crimson.
I feel like it has a certain. It's a situational.
Yeah.
If you're going into like, I don't know, say strikes, and there's what was that mod from D1? The your health regenerates slower and you have to run over the fucking orbs, like for the Nightfall modifier card.
That was in D2 for a long time also.
Yeah, 5 of Swords.
No, that wasn't 5 of Swords, was it? That was the
it
Xur
was
thing.
the Nightfall modifier card.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was called Attrition. The
Attrition,
modifier itself.
Thank you.
Yeah. Attrition. There's also the old Crimson Doubles modifier that's in Nightfalls now occasionally. Crimson's good for that, but in a Grandmaster or something like that, it's not quite as good because you're not getting as many kills. Yeah, in higher end activities, it's not quite as good because you're not getting as many kills. So you can't be more reckless.
Strikes.
Yeah, it's great in strikes or like Gambit or something where there's a lot of enemies that are a little squishier, so you can get health back.
It's good in normal, like I almost said CTF. It's like good in like normal controller clash.
Yeah, it's great.
Maybe
for
not
6v6.
trials.
Yeah,
if you're going up against competent players.
Yeah, but like,
or cheaters.
Yeah, it's definitely an A or B tier for PvP, and then PvE probably the same A or B. It's more of a maybe a C or D, but it's just more casual of a gun. It's not like it's not high risk, high reward at all. But it also isn't that. It's not very rewarding either. Like, it heals you, which is great, but it just doesn't have the range to make that really useful. You have to be really aggressive with it. In high-end content, you don't get healing fast enough because it doesn't kill fast enough to make it viable for you to be that close to enemies. So, it's just not that good.
This is a call-out post for Bungie right now. Give us heavyweight more than once a fucking month. That's it.
Remember Rainbow Burn?
Yes.
Fucking love that.
So good. Such a good
Daybreak was another one that was really fun.
That is the only thing you've been stuck on for the last 6 years.
True. I haven't been that long. I'm not... Maybe 4. Chirosthesia.
You've been talking about Daybreak since D2 came out.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
Chirosthesia, though. Chirosthesia, 77 or 44k. 5 years for D2? Oh, yeah, never mind.
Sure. 2017,
or we're starting... We've started year 5, but we haven't officially. Because Beyond Light was year 4.
Sorry. See, I feel like Cryothesia doesn't belong in F just because of the freezing meme potential in PvP.
Yeah.
But also, it belongs in F because the only fucking sidearm you should be using in PvE at the current moment is maybe Devil's Ruin and Forerunner.
I agree with you completely, but Rat King is also pretty good.
Rat King is only useful if 3 of you are running Rat King.
Debatable, but you have a good point.
Also, Rat King's TTK and high-end activities is not very good.
That's true. Rat King is kind of bad, but it's very fun. It gives you invis. Anyways, we can complain about that later.
Day 1 Witch Queen raid. I'm fucking going in with Rat King.
Let's go. Let's do it. Sounds fun.
What's next?
Garcesia is bad.
About Lumina.
Oh. Or I don't see Lumina, but I do see a Cerberus. D tier.
Cerberus is just a dumb bitch.
I love
hate
Cerberus, but I absolutely hate using it. Like, it's so
The
funny.
novelty has worn off in the 3 years since Forsaken.
Yeah. Yeah. Every time I take in the Crucible, I'm just not having fun. But if I get a kill, I'm really happy because it's really funny. And it does shred barricades really fast. And it destroys anti-barriers this season. But also anti-barrier auto rifle is just not fun with the Grandmasters we have right now.
Correct.
So, solid D tier for Cerberus. It has really good damage for a primary, but it's also not fun to use. I wish if it had something like Onslaught from Breakneck, I could see myself using it.
I don't remember the perks from Breakneck because I didn't get Breakneck.
Oh, it was Onslaught Rampage. Onslaught gave you faster fire rate based on Rampage stacks.
Ah.
Yeah. I think that on Cerberus would help it out a lot. But it could be an absolute menace in PvP, so I could understand why that would never happen.
Yeah.
It would turn into a special ammo weapon.
Make Runner primary.
Oh no. That's scary. DMT. S tier.
S.
Love DMT.
Yeehaw Cowboy. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, Yeehaw Cowboy. You flip it. It's a lever action. It's
Back when the season when it came out, Chosen. If you didn't have at least one DMT with, I don't know, Vorpal or fourth times in your fucking GMs, you were dog shit.
Yeah, like it's just really good. It would have been better last season or in Chosen because you had anti-barrier scout both those seasons. DMT is just solid. Period.
If you want a decent scout to use, go for it.
It's really fun. It's pretty good at doing a lot of things.
This is not financial advice.
Not financial advice, except just listen. Like, it's great for mouse and keyboard Crucible. I can't say for...
It is okay for console.
Okay, it's okay for console? Okay, I'll take that. But it's just really good at everything. It's not the best at everything, but it'll work.
It'll get what you want done.
Yeah.
And that's what you need for next year. If it does what it's supposed to and does it good, that's where you go.
Yeah, I put Bad Juju in D tier.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's where it belongs. It's just not as good as it was in D1. On paper, really good, but it just doesn't do what it needs to.
The amount you get, and plus the super changes, the super timer changes that recently brought out, not good.
Yeah, it's not worth using. What's the next? Fighting Lion.
I have no comment on Fighting Lion because I hate breech-loaded GLs that don't have the
auto-loading holster.
Auto-loading, yes, or
field prep, slide shot.
What?
I'm just naming off good perks for
him. No, sorry. Blinding Nate GLs.
True, blinding
That's the only thing I like. I do not use GLs otherwise. Unless it was Anarchy a few seasons ago.
Well, it's also not breech loaded, but, you know.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah. I'm placing it in A tier. It's above Ace of Spades for me.
I have seen 0 people use it in anything in the last since it came out, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not accepted as meta, but it's pretty damn good. I think it still one-shots in Crucible on a direct hit, which isn't easy, and you have to get good with it, but it also, like, insta-reloads almost when you get hits with it. And it's an
True.
infinite ammo grenade launcher.
I'm gonna say
Maybe
something
B.
controversial.
Maybe B.
It's the Dark Souls weapon of D2.
It the Dark Souls weapon of D2. That's fair. That's actually fair.
Now,
I get what you're
someone
saying.
who's gone through the pain of playing Dark Souls 2, I can say that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, Fighting Lion is really good if you know how to use it. I wouldn't use it in PvE, really, but it's kind of an Ace of Spades situation where it's really good in PvP if you're really good with it. Except Ace of Spades is just easy as fuck. And I can see where
bet
it
it
could
was
be
good
good in PvE.
back before the rally changes. Where you could just pop in and out of fucking Titan barricades and you could just spam it.
Oh. Yeah, but we had Mountaintop.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Graviton
Alright,
Lance. I want to hear what you want to say about Graviton Lance. Because I know we'll disagree.
I know you are a Graviton Lance enjoyer.
I am a Graviton Lance enjoyer.
I think it belongs in B.
Okay.
Because it's good, but it's also just a pulse rifle with hidden hand.
Yeah. In PvE, it has massive ad clear potential, which I love.
But
PvP, it is bad. It is not good in
better.
PvP. There are exotics that do it better. You're right.
Like Sunshot.
True. Love Sunshot. Graviton Lance is bad in PvP, and I think it's absolutely hilarious the reason why. Because, you know, back when Forsaken came out, Bungie said, yeah, let's buff every primary, but up to Graviton Lance's level, and then nerf Graviton Lance.
Yep.
Vigilance Wing was never nerfed, and that's why it's still as good as it was. It's still one of the best guns in the game, but no one uses it because no one ever used it. Vigilance Wing, I love Vigilance Wing. I don't use it, but I love it.
Everyone's more used to pulses that are like 3 burst, 4 burst.
Yeah.
Not something that takes
5 years to shoot.
A literal second for a trigger pull. The catalyst is also just useless.
Oh yeah, the catalyst is useless, 100%.
Back whenever they were just throwing catalyst to weapons that just didn't need it.
True. That is completely true. Hidden Hand on Graviton Lance, big example of that one.
That was Pog because Hidden Hand wasn't in D2. It still isn't.
Yeah,
but also, we know how his values work.
Yeah.
So
it also just should not have been on Graviton Lance of all weapons.
True.
Hard Light.
Sniper or something.
Hard Light.
The fun factor is there.
Yeah.
I had stopped playing before Hard Light bubble season.
True, yeah. In Worthy, this is like triple S tier. Like, it was unstoppable. It did more damage than every auto rifle, outranged every auto. It was just overpowered. No recoil on it. Now, no one uses it. It's just not good.
Good.
And I wouldn't use it in a match game situation because Arbalist. So,
or, you know, if you're feeling extra spicy, Borealis.
We don't talk about that gun. I love Borealis, but we don't talk about Borealis.
Why not?
It's just not good.
See, I think I've used Borealis a total of less than 5 times. Ever.
Yeah, it's okay on hunters, but that's only if you're using Dragon Shadow.
Yeah.
Hawkmoon, though.
Hawkmoon time.
Yeah, I put an A tier.
Personally, I think it belongs at S. That is again personal.
Yeah.
Because I am a sucker for hand cannons, especially when they have luck in the chamber, and especially when they have luck in the chamber, but better.
Yeah, but I mean, this one doesn't have luck in the chamber. It's a Destiny 2 Hawkmoon.
I know.
Yeah, it's sad. I prefer Destiny 1
Hawkmoon if you stack your headshots.
That's true. It, like, technically it is better, than D1 Hawkmoon, but I just don't like it that much. Like, it's
I appreciate it because it
extremely
requires
good.
skill.
Yeah,
to
it's
use this
extremely
exotic
good in
perk.
PvP if you can use it. And PvE it's pretty solid, but I also don't like it because it doesn't stack with Lucky Pants. I also just, for some reason, don't like how it feels. That
See, I think that's
ambiguous
due to the fact of the iron
stat of
sights.
how it feels. I just don't like how it feels. I don't know why. I just can't use Hawkmoon. It doesn't feel good.
I didn't like how it felt initially whenever Season of the Hunt came out, but it grew on me once they were like, yeah, here's this fucking wood handle head ass ornament.
Yeah.
I paid real money for that. I also paid real money for the iron sight that gave it the fucking the glow in the dark sights with the laser sight. Because that shit slaps.
Yeah.
But ranking something high just because it has pay to win utility, you pay to win features, isn't a very good strategy
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah. I think Hawkmoon's solid A tier. I wouldn't put it in S tier. It's not as easy to
I
use as DMT. DMT is super easy to use and it just works in everything.
see. We better put all three Tex Mechanica weapons in S tier.
That might be difficult. Well, there's more than 3. There's 5 exotics.
Prospector doesn't count.
Okay. Well, okay, there's 4 then.
What's the fourth one?
Huckleberry.
That just goes to show how forgettable Huckleberry is.
Yeah.
Unless you
Huckleberry is great, but it's also very forgettable.
it's just subsistence on crack.
Yeah. Devil's Ruin.
A tier, just because it has the unstoppable
It has built-in
and it's a
unstoppable.
fucking laser.
See, Season of the Spycer, I'd probably put it at a D tier. But now that we have infinite ammo primaries, I can actually use
Infinite
the
ammo
thing.
primaries has changed my perspective on so many exotics.
Yeah, yeah.
I better change it on Huckleberry.
Like
But I
it made
feel like
bad
hitting a
juju
Huckleberry
worse
up.
for me because
There's just no point.
there's no point. No point in using it.
No, yeah.
You just got a big old earful of ice crashing in a cup. I'm so sorry.
I didn't even hear it, so you're
Oh,
good.
That's poggers. You ready for a very controversial one?
Is it Bastion?
I mean, it's not controversial where I'm putting it, but it's just a controversial weapon.
That's just where it belongs.
Yeah,
It's
love Monarch.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's been ridiculous since fucking
Black Armory.
Black Armory came out.
Yeah, and it's just been slept on until now. Let's just talk about it in PvP. It's the best fucking weapon in PvP right now because it discourages gunfights.
It's literally just Thorn.
You can damage an entire
If it
team at
had
once with it.
Yeah,
Um,
it's Thorn if Thorn still had its 7 damage burn.
yes.
But like better because one shot to the head is like you are one shot from sneezing.
Yeah. Yeah, they really need to tone
Ridiculous.
down the burn on it.
I'm a bow appreciator in PvP and PvE because
True.
Trinity Ghoul exists.
Also, Monarch in PvE, S tier, especially when bows have champion mods like specifically
Overload. Overload bow is so fucking good just because of Monarch.
Yep. Love Monarch. I'm glad to see it's being used right now, except in PvP. It's kind of annoying.
See, on a console perspective, from the few times that I go into PvP once every decade,
Yeah, of
I
course.
see it at least 1 in 6 matches.
Yeah.
That's if I can play that many in a day. But I think it belongs in S tier.
Yeah, 100% S tier. Lumina. I think B tier is fair.
I slept on it because I remember when it came out. I got the quest for it. I think I stopped after the data pads, the ones that reset every hour. I
Yeah.
stopped doing it after I finished that step. Never got it. And I said, ooh, Thorn's out. That's right. And went and got that.
I think the biggest problem with Lumina is it's basically a legendary 140, but you can heal your teammates. I think if they made it a 150, it would probably bump it up to at least an A tier. S tier maybe for PvP, because, I mean, remember when Rose was left as a 150 for like a month?
God. Yes.
It was so good. I think if Lumina was
Incredible.
left a 150 just like Sunshot, a lot more people would use it.
True.
So, Lumina, B tier right now. Would love for it to be a 150.
Which one are you going to pull out your ass now?
Malfeasance.
I fucking knew it.
Only hot people use Malfeasance. Can I just say that? And
You're
I'm
letting your personal
smoking.
opinion
I'm
influence you.
smoking. Let me tell you, I'm fucking smoking. Okay.
Sir, may I interest you in 180s are so abysmally bad in PvP.
You're right. You're right. I'll bump it down to an A just for that.
I think it belongs in B, like right next to Ace of Spades.
Okay.
Because Ace excels in PvE, or PvP, sorry, and Malfeasance excels in taking stuff.
Yeah, or anything hit by Wither Horde. I mean, if you're using Lucky Pants, it just is good.
But that would just limit you to being a hunter or using Wither Horde. But
also they buff the explosion damage by 50%. It's still just really good no matter what.
It's good, but it's abysmally bad in PvP. So that's why I think it belongs in next to Ace. So
I'll accept that. I am a little biased. I absolutely love
know you are a Malfeasance fucking enjoyer.
I'm a Malfeasance
you are
gamer.
a diehard Malfeasance cocksucker.
Yeah. Only hot people use it, so. Mida multi-tool. I suck it in D tier.
Now, if we're talking release D2.
Yeah, release D1 or D2 beyond S tier. But
to space with it.
Yeah, I remember when Mida Tool released on D1, it was overpowered. Remember when it released on D2? Overpowered. But
I
as
remember
it stands
playing
now,
Trials of the Mind, and if you were not using Mida,
yeah,
you were bad.
Yeah, like you had to run a full team of Uriel's Gifts or Mida Multi-Tool, because Mida Multi-Tool is the only thing that could counter that meta. And then it became the only thing that could, compete at range with Mida Multi-Tool, so everyone had to use Mida Multi-Tool.
Yep.
It was just bad.
Where did you put I think it's still good. Don't get me wrong.
Literally, its exotic perk is lightweight.
I'm okay with lightweight, because lightweight is
I love lightweight weapons, but when that's my exotic perk, when it's just intrinsic and not even a perk on a lot of legendary weapons, it's kind of lame. I get radar, and if I have the catalyst, I get outlaw on a weapon that already reloads really fast.
You get the catalyst comp, don't you?
Yeah, you have to get legend rank in comp, I think.
I still don't see. They won't release Outbreak or Whisper catalysts, even though Whisper's getting a fucking buff.
They are with Witch Queen. They're going into the generic pool, I think. That's what they said.
I hope so.
I don't know why they didn't do it for.
I don't know why they locked. Mida's catalyst has been locked since catalysts have came.
Pretty much, because no one wants to do comp.
Exactly.
Monte Carlo.
I have used Monte Carlo in Master Lost Seconds.
That's true. I've used it more than I've used Ace of Spades. But also, is Monte Carlo good?
Hmm. I mean, yeah, I think it belongs next to Crimson. It
Yeah.
does what it's supposed to, but it's not very good at it.
I think it would be an excellent weapon if they gave it like golden tricorn as a catalyst.
If they gave it a catalyst that, made it almost like Suros and lets you fucking mess with like the mag size or fucking and make it slower.
Yeah, or just mess with increasing melee
Or
damage.
just give us Kvostov customizable deck
True,
and
that
we'll
would
be
be
okay.
very fun.
But no, they had to retcon that's fine. Right?
Rise of Iron.
Yeah,
How do you
they had
feel
to-
about No Time to Explain?
Personally, I haven't used it in a while, but that's just because, you know, Firefly and Wither Horde exists.
See, when Beyond Light came out, S tier, 100%.
That's all you'd see is with, uh, not collector's edition, with digital deluxes. You'd see it with the catalyst done.
Yeah,
That's all you'd see,
yeah.
and it's still good.
It's never
But
been
there's
nerfed.
also true. There's also legendaries that exist that do a better job at ad clear.
Yeah, it just...
It's also a pulse in a hand cannon shotgun sniper meta.
Yeah. Like, it's still 2 bursts if you hit all head, which is really good. And if you get the little buddy, little stasis turret, whatever it is,
Little guy,
little guy, it's really good, and
it is
it cleans
incredible.
up for you. But it's just a weird meta for it. After 120s got buffed, the meta's been really weird.
Yeah.
It's never been nerfed. It's still really good, but I wouldn't make it S. I would say maybe A. In PvE, I just haven't used it in a while, but it also hasn't been a pulse rifle season in how long? I guess technically this season is, but it's unstoppable.
And we have like Devil's Ruin and other stuff for that.
Yeah, we have things that do more. So
Hell,
I love No Time to Explain, but it's just not that good right now. I remember it came out and Beyond Light was anti-barrier pulse rifle, and it was the best thing I could want for anti-barrier. So there's that, I guess. Outbreak Perfected. I think B tier.
The memories from D1 just come flooding back whenever I fucking hear that name. Outbreak.
Yeah.
Because of how like fun and interactive the quest was.
Yeah.
But in D2, fuck 0 Hour.
I love 0 Hour.
It was an okay mission. But
getting the catalyst was awful.
The catalyst was awful. Having to repeat the mission every week, like they went on a fucking tirade about that. Exactly.
Yeah.
I did Whisper on my other account, and then lost that, and I was like, I can still get this before everything sunsetted, and I just didn't. Because there was no reason to.
Yeah.
But now, they're buffing it. And I wouldn't be surprised if when Outbreak's Catalyst comes back out, in Witch Queen, like, 1 billion more people are going to use it.
Oh, yeah. Like, Outbreak isn't bad. 100%. Even without the Catalyst, it's still good.
Yeah,
I think does it 2 bursts in PvP? Or is it 3? I can't remember.
No recollection because I have just never used it in PvP.
Yeah, it's not great for PvP, so it's probably a 3 burst. But PvE, it's pretty solid for ad clear, especially paired with Stasis since it will shatter things, and with Void 3.0?
Yes.
2.0? I think it's Void 2.0 subclass 3.0. Void detonators are probably going to be a little more common, and I know it pops those too, so it's probably going to be better for Stasis and Void. and I'm here for that. I enjoy Outbreak Perfected, but I know it's not great. It's better for Unstoppable than No Time to Explain is, but it's... I remember when everyone thought it was the best boss DPS in the game.
Yeah,
But
I do
it
too.
just wasn't. But it was just fun to use on bosses.
I can agree.
What's next? Polaris Lance.
What?
I think that's a B tier. Polaris Lance. It's surprisingly good in PvP. It has use is in PvE, but it's just not there, you know?
Yeah, I can agree with that one.
Yeah, it could be better. It's really fun. It's pretty good. It just could be better. 100%.
Yeah.
Rat King. That might be generous. See, with a team, A or B, I think. By itself, it might be D or F. Especially if you don't have the Catalyst F. If you have the Catalyst, I think C is completely fair. B or C.
C, it deserves a spot just because of all the fellas, the teams, just going in the Leviathan and Last Wish and just with Catalyst just fucking shredding Riven and Catalyst.
It's a very fun gun to use. It's very funny.
If you can
I
get a
love it,
full
but...
team, it is fucking fun as hell.
Yeah.
But 99.9% of the time, you're gonna have people who are like, "What's the no? Fuck you."
Yeah. I think the invisibility on it's pretty solid. It's just nice to have.
I've just never found a use for it in like high level activities like raids
100%.
GMs.
It just doesn't have range for those activities.
Oh.
Risk Runner.
Situational.
Yeah.
Not
I
good
can
in
agree with
PvP. Situational in PvE.
I can't remember. Is its range good or bad? It either has pretty long range for an SMG or absolute shit range. I can't remember.
I don't actually know. I haven't looked at Risk Runner in a long time.
Yeah, I think if you're fighting
it's a
arc
solid
enemies or if you're playing an arc subclass that isn't on Hunter, it's great because you can deal yourself damage with pulse grenades.
Ooh.
But then you're dealing yourself damage and that's not great.
Yeah.
But if you're fighting enemies that deal a lot of arc damage, it's excellent because you take less arc damage.
You just use no ammo whatsoever.
Infinite ammo, but also higher damage and the arc webs from it. It's solid. But it's not good in PvP.
Trinity Ghoul is fully auto.
Yeah, and it's just bad on hunters, and it's situational. So
yeah,
love it, but it's not good. That's an F tier weapon right there.
I'd agree with you if it weren't for the fact that in Chosen it was actually good.
Yeah, but that's only because it's an anti-barrier scout rifle season, and it was only against Cabal.
But still, it has the advantage over Mida of dealing more damage to a certain enemy type.
Yeah, but at least Mida just
has
works.
That going for it.
At least Mida works.
Skyburner's works.
I mean,
stop getting that box. Thank you.
Skyburner just is. He just puts a bad taste in my mouth.
In the slightest.
No, it's just bad. It's bad in PvP. PvE, it's only okay against Cabal. There's better. It goes through Phalanx Shields. Oh, wow, that's real cool. So does Thorn.
Does it?
Yeah, Thorn does. Thorn also is the only weapon that can destroy blights without entering the blight.
Huh.
Yep. Thorn's pretty wacky. Wishender also goes through Phalanx Shields. I think. I could be wrong on that one. Sturm. What's your opinion on Sturm?
Getting the catalyst, bringing out a Drang was one of the most enjoyable experiences I've had grinding a catalyst.
Yeah, it's super
Just for
fun.
the sole fact that I could bring it out, shoot a few enemies, be like, ah, shit, I need a low ammo. Switch to Drang and get 184 bullets in the mag
Mm-hmm.
and just sit there and shoot Thrall and Acolytes and Knights. And plus, it's a 120, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 120. It's the longest range
That was
120.
back when the 120 season was really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I just have fond memories of doing the Catalyst and playing PvP with playing Trials with it.
I think it's still
So-
like steps into scout rifle ranges because it was well in scout rifle ranges during that season. I think it's like Igneous pre-nerf range wise. Because I know it has the highest range of any 120. But also in PvE, it's really fun. It's a really fun exotic. Is it good? Not really. I'm going to put it in C just because you have to run double primary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you use any energy weapon with it, it would probably be an S tier.
If it
It's
was,
that good.
maybe like a certain weapon type, like it forced you to run Drang or like a fusion, or it changed depending on the season.
Yeah.
That would be neat.
Yeah.
But
It's just
just doesn't.
dated.
yeah,
If they buffed
so
the combo and made it to where you could swap faster, that might help too. But also the swap speed
Yeah.
isn't bad. Anyways, so.
all right, well, Sunshot,
A tier.
I agree.
Yeah,
It's
like
the
it's not
last
great in
150
PvP,
left,
but it is a
but
150.
I know it.
And that
It
helps.
does pretty well in
Yeah.
PvP just for its fire rate.
Hmm.
And if you're hitting heads
And it has
and
explosive
you got a group
rounds.
of guys, then you might actually kill everyone. You might get like
It doesn't even have to be a headshot.
on action with Sunshot. Yeah, exactly. I think that's a fair enough placement for it.
And in PvE, it's great, especially with hand cannon seasons, because if there's
And
a
it's
big
got-
group of enemies around a champion, it will stun the champion 9 times out of 10.
True.
I remember in
And
Volga,
it's
I'd
got
run
some
Sunshot
cool ass-
just to stun the Minotaurs. And explosive rounds proc twice, so.
Though it also has some sick ass ornaments. So
That's true. It does. Suros Wajim.
it reigned supreme for so long in
Mhm.
both iterations of the Destiny franchise.
It did, yeah.
But it has fallen from grace so hard.
Not something I'd use currently. That's for sure. PvE.
I might use it
because it's an auto.
if
so
I'm-
it's not great.
if I want to use an auto and something different than like, Gnawing Hunger with Rampage or something on it, or like,
Yeah,
I
I mean
don't know.
it's definitely still good in PvP. It's still like the best
Yeah.
auto in PvP. I'll put it in
but
A
autos
tier,
just aren't.
but I don't like it.
I think it belongs in B.
B, okay, that's fair. It's not good enough in PvE, and it's not La Monarch or DMT in PvP.
True.
It is what it is. Sweet trash can, C tier.
I can't say for certain because it's been a long time. But with Actiumor Rig back in the day, it was
True.
if you wanted to be a little fucking prick and just annoy the hell out of your raid team or your strike team, then that was a thing to do because they just tell you to shut up and stop shooting.
Yeah.
But
I mean, with
other than the
infinite ammo
novelty
now,
of
it's even more annoying.
True, and with the novelty of, it being able to, without Actiumor Rig, it's just kind of not good.
I mean, it's okay. Actually, in PvP, if you pre-fire, it's solid.
Yeah.
But in PvE, it's not good. I think C tier's fair. It's not Ace of Spades, even if you pre-fire it.
No,
It's just not accurate enough.
not
Precision
even
weapons
close.
are better.
Ugh.
Symmetry.
Don't know if I own it or not. Wasn't around for Season of Dawn. Wasn't around for that. Any of that. Unfortunately, I don't have Gambit Jadestone.
That's sad.
Sag.
Symmetry in Season of Spycer S tier, 100% for like the first 2 weeks, because the bug with energy accelerant.
When it could kill teammates,
It
hilarious.
still can, I think.
There's not really much to say about it.
Yeah,
I've
it's good in
never
Gambit. No one uses it, but it is good in Gambit. Like, if you get 20 stacks and invade, you can two-shot people.
See, now that's cool.
Yeah, it's really funny.
I've just never used it, so I think it's good. From hearing how it can kill people, that's funny. How kill friendlies, that's funny.
Yeah.
It sounds enjoyable.
It's very fun. It's just not good.
Fun factor's there, but it's just not executed well.
Yeah, it's just not good.
I think we should get Chaperone out of the way.
Not a primary.
But neither is Fighting Lion.
Fighting Lion is a primary.
Fighting Lion's in the primary slot?
Yep.
Oh,
Doesn't take. It has infinite ammo.
I forgot that Fighting Lion is kinetic.
No, it's not kinetic. It's void. It just has infinite ammo. It's a primary.
Okay, yeah, my brain's shutting off.
Yeah.
I understand
Destiny
now.
1 versus Destiny 2.
Huckleberry, yeah.
C tier.
I can
Yeah.
like we were talking about earlier. Huckleberry's just what was I saying?
It's
Huckleberry's
Subsistence
just
and Rampage, but better.
Subsistence if it had fucking an Octane sim.
Yeah, and it is better Rampage because it is old Rampage from pre-Shadowkeep.
Yeah, so it's like what, a 40% buff fully?
66.
That's a lot better than I thought.
Yeah. I think. I could be wrong.
I can agree with it being next to Symmetry.
Yeah, and in high-end PvP, you're not going to use it because there's enough enemies but you're not going to kill them fast enough for it to be worth it. So it's just kind of...
You might get maybe a few thousand more damage on a champion, but that does, unless it's an SMG season.
In which case, I don't want to play.
Exactly.
Yeah. SMGs and sidearms are not good for champions. Jade Rabbit, that's an F tier. For me, personally. D1, loved it. But in Destiny 2,
it is
it's
good,
just not good.
In PvP.
No.
Whenever it's the scout rifle meta.
It's fine. It's good for momentum control. But so is every 150 scout.
So is every literal weapon in the game.
True.
So
it's bad in PvE,
I'd say it's,
but also discourages getting headshots. And if you just get headshots with it anyways, why are you using Jade Rabbit and not a legendary 150 scout?
True.
That actually has perks that aren't bugged to all hell.
True. I can agree with it being an F then.
It's an F tier, yeah.
Your argument is compelling.
Last word. I think A tier.
Anyone can buy a controller and plug it into their PC and shred with it.
I think it's an Ace of Spades situation because PvE.
True.
Yeah, it's absolute dog shit in PvE.
Alright. I can agree with B.
But with a controller on PvP,
it's goated.
It's goated for sure, 100%. What's next?
Maybe
next?
Vex?
Is that next?
Vex or Thorn?
Thorn.
S tier.
Yeah,
I think it
I'll
belongs
accept
in
an
S.
S tier. Yeah, if it's a hand cannon season for mods, it's
It
the best
excels
one.
with necrotic grips, which that relates
That
back
too.
to it being locked to a class, but also if
It's
it's a hand cannon season with like maybe overload
or unstoppable. You can get 2 stuns on
or
either of
install.
them, and then it
Exactly.
helps you a little bit with anti barrier. But I think Malfeasance would probably be better for that.
Yeah. But
But there's
I
also
can
Ariana, so
I can accept A, but also I feel like it belongs in S.
yeah. If you get a kill with it in PvP, the next kill will be a 2-tap.
Yeah, on a 140 of all fucking
Yeah,
things.
and it has high range for 140, right? Or did they nerf its range from D1?
I feel like they've nerfed it, but I could
Okay.
be very
But
wrong.
also, technically, it has higher range because it has the dot damage tacked on.
True.
It's like a 1 per tick in PvP without the buff, but with the buff at 7. You can still
Fair.
track people through walls with it because of the tick.
Yes.
It penetrates blights, it penetrates phalanxes. I
It does what it does, and it does it well.
Yeah, it overpens. It's great. I love Thorn. It's great. S tier is good. I almost put it
Another
in A tier.
weapon with
Thank you for telling me I'm wrong.
absolutely goated ornaments.
True, true. The king.
See, before that, if you were rocking maybe the red one, you were kind of cool.
Yeah,
But if you were walking the bone one,
the
you were
bone one.
fucking game.
Yeah, the bone one was gaming. Tiku's
It's
divination. What's your opinion on
It's left
Tiku?
a bad taste in my mouth from PvP.
Yeah. Not
But
fun in PvP.
when it came out, it wasn't even a bow season when it came out, I don't think.
No, it was not.
I think it belongs solidly in C. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only because it's got the AoE, but you have to hit a hipfire arrow. It also doesn't do its job as good as Monarch.
True.
So
Also,
it will just get outshined by
hilariously
Monarch, no matter what.
enough, the season is a bow season for mods, and last season wasn't, but it was better last season.
Yeah, that just doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
Bungie.
but that's just because, well, Energy Accelerant was overpowered, and also Warmind cells. And Tiku's Divination is one of the best weapons for spawning Warmind cells, period.
Fair. Reasonable.
After that, we have Tommy. Oh my god, Tommy's matchbook. B.
What's your justification for B?
It's a D tier. I thought you said B.
Okay.
That was just me being dyslexic
No, I
like
said
normal.
D.
D tier, yeah. Yeah, it does not belong in F because it has good enough damage and
It's
it's good at ad clear. Like with a Warlock
enjoyable.
Rift, it's good. It's fun. It's a really fun exotic. Bad in PvP. Bad in high-end content.
The stuff that's in, D is enjoyable, but it's not good.
Yeah.
The stuff that's in F is just not enjoyable, nor is it good.
I mean, there is stuff that is not good but enjoyable in some of these higher tiers, I think, right?
Yeah, there's like Graviton Lance. I wouldn't call that enjoyable. I wouldn't call it good. That's why it's in the middle of.
I'm an
the pack.
enjoyer. I'm an enjoyer for sure. It's not
Yeah.
bad. It was way better last season with Energy Accelerant, though.
Rude.
I mean, so was Sunshine.
I think that's. Is that it?
No. Traveler's Chosen.
Traveler's Chosen, huh?
At the start
I
of Season of the
think
Lost, I would say
A
A
or
or
B.
S. But now it's B or C because they nerfed its ability regen.
The ability regen's still good, but also high-end activities like a day one or fucking master. You're not gonna be killing enemies that fast.
Yeah. And it is still good for using Battle Harmony with it, because Battle Harmony will increase its damage when you have super, and Traveler's Chosen shoots
True.
faster when you have 10 stacks. So it's a mini Sololock in a way.
True.
And
Correct.
it copies your
Wow.
element because it has Osmosis.
That is also true. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So it's good. It's just the ability regen is bad now. It's not bad, but it's not as good.
Yeah, it's just not good.
It's not the
All
main
right.
focus of it anymore. That's not it still.
Yeah.
Trinity Ghoul.
Yeah, I know. Pretty cool.
A tier.
See, I don't know how it performs in PvP because I haven't used
not
it for
great.
2 seasons.
Not great.
Then I think it should go down to B because it excels in PvE activities
Fair.
just because of the chain.
I'll put it like that.
But yeah, in PvP, it's not that good.
Mhm.
Like I said earlier, if you're gonna use a bow, just use fucking Monarch.
Yeah.
So that's really all I have to say about it.
Yeah.
It's there. It's enjoyable whenever you're in like strikes.
I think the chain
So-
damage does a lot of damage in PvE. I'm not PvP.
It does a decent amount, from what I remember.
Vex Mythic class. This season for sure S.
Whenever it came out,
S tier also.
fucking quad.
Oh
S.
wait, no, it's definitely an F tier when it came out. But
Oh yeah, when it came out, it was bad. That's right. I forgot they buffed it
yeah,
to do like 30 to the fucking head.
when Season of the Lost released, S tier 100%.
Oh yeah, I forget that it got nerfed and buffed in the same season because the season was 6 months long.
Yeah. I think it's still good in PvP, right? Like they just nerfed aim
Yeah.
assist. Yeah.
It's just they
Oh
nerfed
yeah,
damage
yeah.
and
I got
assist.
absolutely destroyed by it the other day. Got collided by the linear on it. Don't know how the guy got the linear in the first 15 seconds of the game, but got
Gaming.
absolutely clapped. It's good. Like it's still good. It's not as
It's
good.
good.
It just takes
I'd
2
lower
brain
it down
cells
to
to use
A.
now. Yeah,
Just
but
because-
it's so good at applying particle deconstruction. But without particle deconstruction in PvE,
Yeah,
is it worth it?
It's a viable option in PvP,
Yeah.
but it's not top tier like DMT Monarch Thorn.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
It's
the
just-
main thing with Vex is this season, because particle deconstruction is a thing for PvE. That
Yeah.
helps it a lot, and it has Unstoppable on it.
True.
So it has a lot more utility than it would normally. Because normally it's just an auto rifle.
Yeah. All right, we have Taraba or Vigilwing.
Vigilance.
Let's go Vigilwing since you have it.
Yeah. Vigilance Wing.
C.
Yeah, I'm willing to accept that's a C tier. It's great in PvP.
It is the. It's the dad pulse rifle.
It is the dead pulse rifle. You're right.
Like you put
Not
your
as bad
dad
as
on the game.
Bygones, but
Don't mention that name in this household.
true. Bygones was a terror. Vigilance Wing C
An
tier,
absolute
100%.
menace. I
PvP?
have no comments on it. It's just
It two bursts.
It's there.
In PvE, it's just not useful in any
it's
sense.
two bursts, but that's 10 bullets.
Yeah,
PvE,
That's fair.
I've never used it in PvE, so
it does have a really fast time to kill in PvP though. Technically, it's really
yeah.
fast.
On paper, it kills fast.
You just have to
Oh.
hit headshots. Wishender. See, Season of Dawn,
Well-
S tier, fucking triple S. Shit was great.
Wall hacks,
but now D.
still keep it in like solid C, I'd say.
Okay, but that's all it has now. Like it's the worst damaging bow in PvP and PvE. Now, not in Dawn though.
Yeah.
It's literally just wall hacks, but there's other weapons that can do that. Not Terrabah. La Monarch and Thorn both have semi wall hacks.
Yeah. That's where you're coming from.
Yeah. Hunters have wall hacks, just they do. There's other things you can kind of use as wall hacks. Like Trinity
Yeah.
Ghoul, kind of, I guess.
Kind of, not really.
Kind of, not really, yeah. Some grenades. I just... Witch Hunter during Season of Dawn was really fun. Because it was absolutely busted. And it was doing more damage than most special weapons were at the time.
Ah.
Yeah. It was really busted.
What?
I've not seen Teraball. Where's Teraball?
It's down at near the bottom. Right next to Telesto.
You're right. Teraball.
I don't have it because fuck getting the amount of spoils I need for it, and if I get the amount of spoils, I'm buying the Sparrow.
True.
Second of all, true. Also, Crown of Sorrow was just a bad fucking raid.
I'm
Not
gonna
even
explain
a raid layer.
why it's A tier. When it came out, though, like real shit
It was
here,
not good.
when it came out, F tier. But when
now,
Beyond Light came out, it bumped up to A immediately.
Yeah.
Just because Recluse was no longer a thing.
As soon as Recluse disappeared and Provoker, the meta freed up.
Yeah. And Mountaintop. Once those were gone,
Yeah.
Teraball could actually be used. Because
Yeah.
my only thing about Teraball is it can't charge up while stowed. And I wish it could.
Fair.
We only have 3 exotic SMGs. We're about to get a 4th. But Teraball... yeah. I just want one that doesn't just do more damage like Teraball and Huckleberry do.
Fair. I have no further comments on it.
Yeah.
Because it's terrible.
Yeah, it is terrible. It's great. It was terrible when it came out, but...
For primaries.
Is there anything we want to move? I kind of want to move No Time.
You want to put in lower or higher?
Lower. Like, it's never been nerfed, but it's just not that good anymore.
It's been mid the entire time it's been out.
Yeah, I'm moving
I think
it to B.
Yeah, I think it belongs in B. Yeah, I can agree.
I really want to move Malfeasance up. I know you don't want to, though. Okay, how about this argument for Malfeasance? Technically has more range than any other 180 hand cannon.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
And I can't let you move it up.
It's also solid against supers because of the buff to its explosion damage.
Yes, but who was actually bringing a 180 in the PvP? Besides you.
You're right. But it was really fun back when Iron Burden was a thing you could do. So you could just tank your light level and run around with Malfeasance. That was really fun.